welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you very much for joining me again. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Melissa Murrell and I'm a personal stylist for the everyday woman. So today we're bringing you probably my most feared video, which is that of swimwear. So, well, just, you know, let's face it, most of us, certainly us ladies of a certain age, fear getting in a swimming costume, myself included. So this isn't the sort of video that I massively look forward to. If you do enjoy today's video and you would like to press that subscribe button, it really does help me out. Also the thumbs up button, it is what is helping this channel to grow and it's what's enabling me to bring you more and more videos. I know a lot of you are loving the body shape masterclasses, which is, for those of you who don't know, it's where I dress the everyday woman live on camera. And the one that's going to follow this is a UK size 22 lady with curves in all the right places, just beautifully curvy, and we really embraced her curves for that video, so watch out for that one. Okay, we better get started. I just wanted to mention a little something to you. I showed this jumpsuit in another video. I'll just come away there. As you can see, it's got a low back, and I described a scenario whereby I wrap this around my strapless bra, which enables me to wear a bra. However, as many of you pointed out, going to the loo was then 10 times as difficult as it is normally when you wear a jumpsuit. So I have come up with another solution for you. So I'm going to give you a little peek here. There we go. Can you see that? Let me come a little bit closer. So basically, it's a sticker. It sticks onto your boobs. You literally put them round like that and you hoist the boobs up, and then it's got a little clasp in the middle. I wasn't expecting anything from them. They're just from Amazon. I'll put the link up for you. You see them on Instagram all the time on ladies that have got really big boobs as well. But I thought that given mine haven't got much volume, they're akin to sort of Monty's dog ears, really. I thought it wasn't going to hold them up or give them any shape. But actually I'm really, really impressed. So this sort of bra now is what I'm going to be wearing with any backless pieces. So I'll put the link up for you. Okay, so the first one to show you, in fact, all of the next, I think it's about 20 of them to show you, are all from Cupshe. Now I've shown one of Cupshe's swimming costumes before on when I filmed with my friend Zoe. Zoe has got quite big boobs, and for once she found something that really gave her that support but was really flattering as well. And I think probably that sums Cupshe up in that they know how to make a swimming costume for the different body shapes. And what I mean by that is, first of all, they're really inclusive size-wise. So they go from a tiny size right up to like a 4 times extra large. They use models that are larger and that are smaller, so you can see the same swimming costume on different size models. I really think it helps you to see how somebody without that typical bikini body is actually going to look like in their swimwear. But also, thirdly, for me, the design of them is really, really clever. So starting with the one I've got on right now, I don't want to pull back too much because I don't want to show too much, but can you see this band that is going right around that middle bit there? Okay, so that is creating an optical illusion of a much slimmer waistband than I've probably got. They do really nice necklines. So obviously you can choose ones with lower necklines or higher, but when they do a neckline like this, they seem to really consider the point at which it should stop and the point at which it becomes slightly inappropriate for a lady my age. So yeah, I just think they really understand about giving a lady a silhouette, okay? And this is helped as well by a lot of their backs. I don't want to get my bottom in, but I'll just go that far. Can you see a lot of their backs are like this, which actually when you pull on those strings, buttons, it makes it form really, really nice around here. So you can pull it as tight as you want or as loose as you want. And I just think they combine nice patterns with nice shapes. And I'm going to go through a whole load of them today. I've also got some really, really nice cover-ups that they do. They're really well priced. I do have a discount code. I think it's 15% off for you as well. And they are available for international shipping all over the world. So let me start showing you a few at the side here, and I'll do a voiceover for most of them because otherwise I'm just not going to get through the video quick enough for you. So all the jewellery that I'm wearing today is from Monica Vinader. I have a discount code for you for them as well. It's all my usual stuff, but the point is I still wear my jewellery when I've got a swimming costume or a bikini on. And that's because it's helping to distract from everywhere else, and it's also helping to create an entire outfit, because if you're like me and you don't want the swimming costume to be the only thing that people look at, then start using jewellery to distract away. Always got some sort of cover up on me, but I do always try and match it to my swimming costume or to my bikini, just because the overall look is a lot more polished. So even down to the fact that my straps on my bag are the same colour as this long shirt. And that's all that this is a long open shirt that can be completely buttoned up all the way down. Also what you can do is, if you don't mind flashing your legs a bit and you want to create a bit of shape, you just get the end of the shirt like that and tie it up, and now you've got a little bit more shape going on there. This particular swimming costume is one of the best shapes you can buy for pretty much almost every single body shape, is because of these arms. The fact that these arms here are broadening my top half. Now, if you're an inverted triangle, ignore what I'm about to say, but if you are any other shape, then this is what you need on your swimming costumes for a couple of reasons. Firstly, this is going to make my waist look smaller because it's broadening me out there. Okay, if I was to hide that, for example, and it was just a really thin little strap, I don't know if you can tell there, but that is not going to look as shapely as that side. Okay, I don't know if it comes across on the camera, so you might just have to trust me on that, but this is helping to broaden just like we do with clothes. The other thing is a deep cut like this is going to split your boobs in half, essentially. So it's going to make them look less big and less broad. The other reason people often feel broad is because their arms are big. Now, if you have something like this, which is going over the tip of your shoulder, your arm is actually going to look more slender sticking out as well. So that covers people who are broad because of their bust, people who are broad because of the width of their arms, and also pear-shaped who want to balance out their hip area. The tie here as well does a great job in hiding any belly, and also the pattern does as well. So it's a combination of everything that's going on with this swimming costume that makes it an absolute staple for, I'd probably say, 90% of the women that I dress. So really, really good one. Always look for this with your swimming costumes. It's beautiful at the back as well. Just nice, it's feminine, it's part of their new collection. It does have movable cups in here as well. And there's also, you know, like I showed you at the start, the padding that you can have over your boobs just when you've got a backless top on. You can wear those in the water as well, and they stay on the entire time. So you can shape yourself under here anyway, but also you can add extra cups in if you want, or remove the cups if you're large chested and want to go a little bit more minimal. Here I just popped on some linen shorts and a linen shirt just to give me some coverage when I'm walking around. You could tie that up in a knot if you liked, and that looks really quite nice, and it will give you the coverage that you're looking for. But equally, if you've matched your shorts to your swimming costume, or your top or your shirt to your swimming costume, then there's no reason why you just can't wear it like that when you get up to go to the bar. She offers a really wide range of different styles that all have this shoulder detail on. They do them in plus sizes, they do them with this beautiful waistband as well, which is really going to highlight your waist, which further helps to balance out your figure. They do them with the patterns on, so they're going to be good around the belly area as well. They make the bust line look really lovely. And I also like these ones from And Other Stories, Pour Moi and My Teresa. My Teresa are a lot more expensive, but that Bardot style is really effective in broadening out your shoulders and making that waist look smaller. Don't forget the bikinis, the same applies there. So anything that is going to broaden that shoulder range will make your bust look smaller, your waist look smaller, and will balance out your hips as well. So the next bikini, again from Cupshe, is brilliant if you are broad on top, because the halter neck like that, sorry, just trying to keep myself a little bit covered at the same time, is going to be brilliant, because thicker straps here going around the neck. Notice I said thicker straps, because thinner straps doesn't have quite the same effect, but if they are thicker straps going around the neck, they are going to make this top half look smaller, especially if you wear a darker coloured halter neck in comparison to your skin tone, okay? They also do a good job of pulling the boobs into place, but also what does a good job of pulling the boobs into place is something that you probably didn't know a lot of people wear, especially influencers and things like that, are these. These are little rabbit stickers. They look like that. You get them off Amazon. They usually come in a pack of 2, often black and a nude colour. And you basically put them under your boobs. You pull everything into place. I hope YouTube are going to allow this. And it just pulls the puppies up a little bit, I suppose, and then depending on the shape of your bikini, you just cut the little edge off there. Okay, so now focusing on the actual bikini that I've got on right now. So I'm wearing a really high-waisted pant, okay? Now this is particularly good for myself because I've got a little bit of tummy wrinkling here where I put on 4 stone for my pregnancy and then lost it. So that gives me a little bit of comfort there. It is also cutting me in at quite a small part on my frame, so that eye line is good. Where it isn't so good is if you are really heavy around the thigh area. This big area here will actually make you look bigger. What you would be better to do is to halve that area. I can't really show you without exposing too much, but still have the high pant line there. So it's the higher waistline, but higher leg line, and with a smallest amount of material at the side that you can get, okay? But if you are rectangle, if you have got a larger stomach, and if you just need a bit of shaping, then this is fantastic. I would go for a patterned bottom and top if you're trying to hide any sort of lumps and bumps, because it will help to smooth out those areas for you. So all my jewellery today is from Monica Vinader, the same if you see Ellie on screen. And we're wearing the stacking rings, which are gorgeous. They're definitely my favourite at the moment. You can spread them obviously all across your fingers or wear them together. And then we've got on the rope necklace with the rope and diamond locket. It's a really, really lovely necklace that you can really elevate for an evening out, but equally you can wear it very, very casually like I have done here by adding a couple of more layers, and it gives a really laid back look. You have a discount code which I will put on the screen for you. I must be feeling brave. It's only because it comes with a skirt as well. So as you can see, bikini, 2-piece. There's no way that this one here is being shown in its entirety. because quite frankly, I think I have seen teeth floss bigger than what I'm wearing on the bottom right now. But if you've got the sort of bottom that can cope with a really, really tiny little pant, then fantastic. One thing I would say is, if you are heavier around here, which is myself, don't go for the straps that are quite wide here. And certainly don't go for any that are wide and dig in. You are actually better going for a string like that you can do fairly loosely so that it doesn't dig in and create any sort of dent in your thigh. I know that's probably not what you thought you should be wearing, but trust me, that this sort of side string like that is what I always wear. I just usually have got more bum coverage than this particular one that I've got on right now. But I do love this as a set. It comes with this beautiful skirt. What I like about this personally is that I can still do a little bit of sunbathing without getting any sort of marks here. Also, when I haven't got any straps up here, then it is going to broaden me out here on the top. So it's going to help balance out my hips when this skirt isn't on. I'll just show you a little. And I think this next picture depicts what I've just said quite well. We have the same model here, just in 3 different types of pants. In the first image, you'll see that they are just very slightly digging into her thigh area. And that's going to create some extra lumps and bumps that really aren't there in her shape. She's got a beautiful figure. In the middle picture, you'll see that there's nothing disturbing her natural curve. That string bikini can be tied to whatever length to allow us to see her curves without anything digging in. And on the third picture, probably the most unflattering of shapes, and the most unflattering of shapes on most people, is this wide boyfriend type of pant. It not only shortens the legs, but it also creates quite a lot of bulk around the hip area. If you have a body like a swimmer with really large shoulders and a very, very narrow waist, and you have long legs, then that type of pant can serve you well. But in most other cases, it isn't a flattering shape on anyone. But equally, I can get this tie here, and I can change the shape up. So if, for example, you are broad on top and you want something to break this area up, let's say maybe you're a strawberry or an inverted triangle, as we sometimes call them, then straps like this is going to help, because it's going to break that area up. But also you can play around with these straps. You can put them over on the side. But you can also use them to create a bit of a cleavage, because when you pull in really tightly like that, again, I don't want to come too close to the camera, but it does create a nice cleavage in there as well, and it kind of feels like it's holding those puppies in place a little bit more. So a really good versatile set, and a beautiful skirt to match as well. But just a warning that the bottom coverage is very, very slight. So if you do genuinely have larger shoulders, then you are going to need to break that area up. And as all of these images show, very easy to do that with a bikini top or a swimming costume. Just look for halter necks or one shoulder, and note how each of the costumes that I have chosen actually contrast with the model's skin really well. What you don't want is something that's going to blend into your skin, because then you'll actually make your shoulders look broader. Same applies with the swimming costumes as well. One shoulder, halter neck, anything that is bold in colour or has a pattern and contrasts well with your skin tone. And another great cover-up is this one from ELLIE. It's an American company, but they ship all over the world. And this is just really nicely cut, a really nice silhouette. And I feel like I could probably almost dress this up for sort of a casual dinner as well, or maybe like a lunch to go to or something on those lines. But it's actually got a fine sort of stripe in it of a darker stitching, but it's still very, very nice. It's beautifully shaped around the waist there. It gives me coverage. It's not, the split doesn't go right the way up to the top there. So I feel like I could probably go out in that and preserve a little bit of modesty and not flash my bits to any poor soul who is looking. Again, remembering to wear the jewellery in these scenarios because that's what adds to the whole look, as does the bag and the matching shoes. So this alone would not do anything, but this all together would look lovely. So bikinis for either small-chested ladies who need some structure, or just somebody who likes a really good balconette type of costume. These ones from H&M are excellent. They've got lots of structure in. So for me, that is a little bit saggy and lacks a bit of volume, they kind of push everything into the right place and they give me nice shape around here. They also come with the straps, so you can hold yourself up when you're going to do a bit of more serious swimming. The other thing to mention about these bikinis is that you can often mix and match the bottoms, and you can also buy them separately. So they also come in cup sizes. So I really like that flexibility. So I tend to go, as I said before, for more of a string bikini because I can't afford anything sort of cutting me in and digging me in around those thigh areas. But if you prefer a bigger pant or whatever, then that's available to you as well. So a really good place to shop for swimwear. And I've teamed this with a lovely little suit from Cupshe. This isn't a jumpsuit, it's actually two pieces, you'll be pleased to know. So yes, you can go to the toilet with ease, and you can position this kind of however you want it. So, you know, you can have it open like that so it shows a little bit of the bikini, but equally you could just pop a little pin right there and it will just look like a really nice jumpsuit. Teamed it today with the straw bag from Mango, the straw shoes that I showed you earlier on from Boden. And yeah, it's a great little two-piece set, really light, it's really inexpensive, it's got the pockets, we know how we like the pockets, and there's no reason why you couldn't wear just the top by itself or just the shorts. Now, just wanted to show you how to use a sarong, because this is a question that I get asked a lot by my clients. A sarong can be amazing on holiday. If I was just to take one cover up, it would be a sarong because you can do it in so many different styles. This is from a label called Oleada, and it's from a influencer who set up her own label, and she's done a fantastic job. So this is how I would wear it most of the time. I would crisscross it in front of me like that and then tie it around the back of my neck. But you can make this as much of a cover up as you want. So obviously like that you've got the full coverage all the way down. But if you're feeling a little bit braver, you could perhaps show a little bit more legs. You just shape it like that, or you could completely wear it open, show off your bikini underneath, get everything out, and you could wear it like that as well. So I'm kind of somewhere in between, a little flash of leg maybe, but not showing the whole thing. But really, really easy to wear. You can also wear it as a sarong. I'll put in a picture of that. But if you're unsure as to what cover up to take with you, a sarong like this does a brilliant job. And again, the jewellery in the wrist all adds to the sort of overall effect. Grab your sun bag. If you are going to wear a sarong like this, make sure that you're wearing perhaps a strapless swimming costume or bikini, because showing this area here is actually really feminine. It does a great job of reducing the width of your shoulder blades. But if you then have got your strap showing as well, it just loses it a little bit. So perhaps just one of those swimwear where you can detach the straps off, and you can do that whilst you just go for something to eat. Okay, so let's talk about a slightly more practical cover up one for, if we're here in England, maybe going to Cornwall in or something on those lines. It's toweling. You might have seen this everywhere in the shop. So practical in terms of it will soak up the water. So if you're going to take one, but perhaps a more practical beach day with the kids, then this is a great one. As you can see, it zips all the way up to the top. It is going to absorb the water for you. You can pull it in here at the waist. I like this one because of the sort of extra gold little detail. I think it just elevates it a little bit up from the traditional sort of toweling throw-ons. And again, I do feel like I could just walk around the sort of promenade or whatever in a dress like this and not look too stupid or out of place. And another gorgeous little sundress stroke cover up, I think you could wear it as a cover up or an actual dress, is this from Cupshe. Now you can wear this a number of ways, obviously like this, which is going to be great for anybody who's broad on top because it will split that area up, but equally you could wear it like that off the shoulder as well. Ties here in the middle and it's got a lot of room. So you could actually just wear it down like that if you wanted, but equally you can pull it up into shape, show a little bit of leg and a little bit of waist, and it looks just as nice. And where you put that arm depends on wherever you want to put it. And another gorgeous Cupshe cover up. Again, really inexpensive. Unfortunately, I bought it in the wrong size, so I've had to pin it there. Can you see? So, but it has got a zip all the way down, which just shows their nice quality. I've got it in a medium. I definitely needed it in a small, but it's got this split right the way from the ground to the top here. So it's not going to be for everyone, but for anybody a little bit daring, then it's a really, really lovely one as well. Just showing this one really quickly because I'm sure a number of you have seen this one before in one of my other videos. Obviously Cupshe, again, brilliant because the ties, if you tie it up in a big bow, for example, that's really going to help broaden your shoulders, which will make your bust look smaller and then your waist look smaller. Or just let the ties hang down like that and they provide a really nice distraction for anybody who's worried about the arms. But this is just a great throw on summer dress. It will never date, the sort of milkmaid look. It comes back in fashion every single year and it's just a timeless classic really. And with this beautiful cut, it's very, very flattering on. Moving on to ladies with small chests. As you'll see in this picture here, it's showing a swimming costume with ruffles around the chest area. And you've no doubt heard that ruffles and patterns and anything that adds volume around the chest area is good. However, in this example, you'll see that the quite deep V-neck is actually splitting the bust in half. So you actually expose quite a lot of the cleavage with something like this. If you've got a small chest and a good cleavage, then this is absolutely fine. But if you find you're quite hollow chested and you haven't got much of a cleavage, and despite the ruffles, I would still stay clear of this type of swimming costume. Instead, I would go for something like this. So the first Boden one, obviously the ruffles are going to add a lot of volume all across the chest area. They also cover the actual shape of the bust. So if you're really conscious, then this second layer over your chest area is going to be very good. Then moving on to the Amazon one. This is a great swimming costume because it is a hold it all in across the stomach area. It's got a push-up bra on with extra padding and it's halter neck and it's a great price. And then the following Boden ones are also very good because they are padded, and in the last one they kind of halter neck or big long V-neck, I'm not quite sure how you describe that one. That's going to be very flattering as well because the part that actually goes over the bust area is actually quite large, and that's what you're looking to do, is to increase the coverage over the bust area, and this will generally make your bust look bigger. Now this one feels a little bit too booby for me. It's a little bit too long. I haven't quite got the volume of boobs to fill it, but it is a gorgeous swimming costume, and I know Zoe's got this and she looks amazing in it, and she's got a bigger bust. So I think if you have got a bigger bust and can fill this area, then this one is gorgeous. Comes beautifully with this line underneath the bust. That's going to draw attention to your smallest part. The pattern on it is going to disguise whatever's going on around the tummy area. Beautiful at the back, as you can see, it's crisscross, but all of that is adjustable. I think it's just such a beautiful colour as well. I'm wearing it with just a linen shirt. I wouldn't go on holiday without a linen shirt, to be honest with you, for exactly what I'm doing right now, just to use as a quick cover up. You could tie it like that just to walk and grab a drink from. For me, that doesn't work because I don't like showing my thigh area. So for me, I would have it sort of hanging down longer. But if your legs are your best asset, then tie away like that, and it's going to make your legs look really, really nice and long, or pair it with the shorts like we've seen before. Moving on to bikinis and swimwear for larger chested ladies. Now there's no use whatsoever in me or Ellie modelling these because we don't have a pair of boobs between us. But what I will say is that when I do style my ladies, I always get them in cup specific size swimwear, and there are a number of companies that do this really well. Off the top of my head, I would go to Bravissimo, I would look at Freya, Frida, at Fig Leaves, but also one company that I particularly like is a company called Form and Fold. The reason I like these guys is that they seem to be able to maintain really nice modern styles, but in specific cup sizes. As you can see from all of these images here, she still looks beautiful in that triangular bikini. It's still holding them in place. So they have really good structure, but their style integrity isn't lost with that. So I'd highly recommend them. And another lovely swimming costume from Cupshee. The benefit of this one is that it almost gives the illusion of you wearing a two-piece bikini, but it's not. It's fully one piece, so it gives you a lot of coverage over this tummy area, which is really going to help to smooth down any lumps and bumps here, but it shows a little bit of flesh, so it doesn't necessarily look like we're trying to hide ourselves under a big one-piecer. And a nice little nod to not quite bikini, not quite swimming costume. I would say this one is coming up quite small. I'd also say that I love the scallop edges like that, but they do keep flicking down. Can you see that? So I don't know if that's just on myself or if anybody else notices that, but it's a beautiful shape. It gives a really, really nice silhouette, and the back is really nice as well, as per all of the other ones. And there's a really nice texture on the swimming costume as well. Paired again with the Cupshee white cover up. Really, really nice if you are looking for that sort of swimming costume. So for ladies who need some more control around their waistline, the first thing that I always suggest that you do is look for the words waist control, waist nipper, tummy control, anything that indicates that the fabric across the midsection is going to be a little bit tighter, which just helps to smooth things down for you. I then always look for a pattern of some sort. I particularly like this pourmoire pattern that draws the eye attention to the black band in the middle, and then the horizontal and vertical stripes help to create the illusion of a waist. So it's things like that that I look for. Equally in the middle, the one from Marks and Spencer's, a busy pattern like that is going to distract from your lumps and bumps. And finally, the gorgeous Cupshee one. This does a brilliant job of minimizing that stomach area, but the cutout quite high at the top there will actually give a strong illusion of a waistline, so it can be really effective. If you're still not feeling particularly comfortable with your waist area, then perhaps consider this option from Amazon.
They are swimming costume dresses. They've got some extra fabric to create a little bit of a short sarong skirt, which is part of the costume, and they usually work very, very well. Be careful, some of these styles can be very old-fashioned, so I've linked the ones that I have found that I think were the nicest, and they're from Amazon and they're a really good value.
The one thing that we haven't spoke much about yet is the cut along the leg here. The higher you go, the longer your legs will look. However, if you have got quite a few lumps and bumps right here on this hip area, then I would actually suggest either going slightly lower or wearing a tie bikini, because when the tie hangs down, it covers up some of that area. As I've mentioned before, what you don't want to do is make sure that you're really, really tight if you've got any sort of bulge in that area, because it will create even more lumps and bumps. But generally speaking, the higher leg you go, the longer your legs are going to look.
Ladies who have undergone some surgery and are conscious of the scarring around the breast area and generally need some further help and coverage on that area, I'm pleased to say that more and more places are now providing some options for you. This M&S one to start off with is incredibly high necked, but it does have that zip in the middle, so if you pull that zip down, it allows you to go as far down as you are comfortable with. I particularly like this blue and white one as well from Marks and Spencer's, because it's got the ruffles and strings on the side, so it allows you to adjust the length of your leg so that we can focus attention downwards. And then there's this one here from Next, the bright orange one, which just shows how they've come an awful long way, and these days they really do blend well into the normal range of swimming costumes, and you'd be none the wiser that it is for a post-surgery lady. But one of my favourite places to go for my ladies needing this type of swimming costume is Woman's Own. And the reason for that is because they tailor make it to your needs. So for example, you can choose where you'd like the neckline, whether you'd like it in the standard position, 1 inch higher, 2 inch higher. You can change your body length, you can even do your bra size as well. So, and they are really reasonable price. The ones I'm showing you here were only £48. And I think at £48 to make yourself feel confident again in your swimming costume is a very, very fair price to pay for a bespoke swimming costume. And again, they've done a beautiful job of maintaining style integrity, and they're not old-fashioned looking at all, and I really highly recommend them. Some beautiful pieces there. If I want to treat myself and really feel special on holiday, then I go to Alexandra Miro, I'm not quite sure how you say it, but all of their pieces are absolutely beautiful. They often do matching cover-ups as well to go with it, and here's just a selection of a few of my favourites. I have the one on the end, the white one, and that does a brilliant job of balancing out my thighs and highlighting my waist as well. On the subject of designer swimwear, you may be familiar with a brand called Hunza. I treated myself to one of these for this video, but quite frankly, I think I would have been chucked off YouTube had I have shown it to you, because it came down very low on the front chest area, and it also completely flattened me. There is no padding, no structure, and it very much relies on a lovely curvy figure in order to look really good. So unfortunately not for me, but if you've got the figure, particularly if you've got breast enlargements, then I think it would be a wonderful swimming costume. But if you're completely natural with lumps and bumps everywhere, like many of us are, then I would probably stay away from the Hunza costume. Thank you for watching today. I hope you found the video useful. If you could press that subscribe button, I would be most grateful. And I will see you next week with a UK size 22 lady. Bye for now.